Bob Chapman's going to be with us 20 minutes in the next hour, so plenty of time for your Twitter questions and your live phone calls on air. Chris, Pastor Al, Matt, Fred, many others that are patiently holding. But shifting gears for just the next 5 minutes, I want to bring Ted Anderson up with us. You know, I don't tell people financial advice. I tell people what I personally have done. I bought most of the gold I have when it was 280, 300, 400, 500, and I haven't sold any of it. I personally didn't buy it as an investment. I bought it as an emergency backup, and I've still bought some since it went above 1,000. But every analyst we have on says it should be above 2,000, 2,500. It's now come out with the Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan whistleblowers that they are suppressing, that the Gatto lawsuits are correct. That's been in testimony now on C-SPAN. So all of this is starting to come out. We know they're trying to hold gold down, but they can't. It's up over $35 in the last 2 days to $1,209.80. So $1,209.80 right now. Silver is way up. What do you see happening in the gold and silver market?
Are you asking me, Alex?
No, I'm asking Bob. Then we're going to you, Ted. I want to get your take, too.
She's the best analyst in the world right now. And she said, we're going to break out to a new high. We'll go to 13 to 1,500, and then we're going to go up from there. She says this is a super bull market. I agree with her, and that's where we're going.
Now, and let's be clear, Ted Anderson, and I haven't seen these numbers in the last hour, but if people think gold is way up here in the United States, they haven't even looked at Europe or Asia.
Europe and Asia right now are seeing gold at the peaks that they've never seen before. I mean, yesterday we had a run out of the European currencies into U.S. Treasuries and gold, both of those hand in hand. So gold is up, and so was the dollar. Now, today, gold is up over $15 since I talked to you yesterday on the air, and the U.S. dollar is now falling. So obviously the run to Treasuries has stopped, and now they're running into gold specifically because everything's down. I mean, you look at the indexes across the board, the Russell, the Dow, everything's down. It's in the red, but gold is up and silver's up right now.
Bob Chapman and then Ted, explain that in layman's terms. Normally the globalists can balance things. They drive one thing down, they jack something else up. But now we see this gyration accelerating, and it's a coordinated global downfall, is it not?
Well, I think it is, but I think it's gone out of control. And they are no longer able to control in totality the gold and silver market. All they can do is influence it for 2 or 3 days at a time. And that's allowed me, because of my recognition of that, to be so right. I don't encourage trading, but were you to trade by what I've said for months and months, day to day, you would have done very, very well. And but normally, gold and silver don't go up when the dollar's going up. But I said a year ago, if you remember, that the dollar had decoupled from gold. It was on its own. It is another currency, and that's what it's been for 6,000 years.
Well, Bob, that's one of the Twitter questions. I want to get Ted Anderson's take on this, who's also an expert on these issues with a great track record of predictions. Looking at this, normally when the dollar's going up, as you said, gold goes down. Now you had the dollar going up in the last few days. Now it's going down, and gold's still going up. But separately, crude going way down and gold going way up. So all of the normal rules are now upside down, just like the summer. Going back, I've looked at over the last 100 years, is almost always a bad time for metals. Here we are starting the summer, and gold and silver have got a rocket tied to their back.
I'll add to that one right now. 6,000 years ago, when the kings were being buried in the Egyptian tombs, they were putting gold in there because gold was money. Paper currencies like this fiat system that we have right now developed from gold, and they were just certificates of deposit that were being traded amongst merchants. Now we're sitting in this position where gold has been broken away completely from paper currencies, and the reason for having gold as money has been forgotten until now. Now you have Europeans, Asians, people in the United States, South America, Africa, you name it. They're going to gold for money. They're not going to gold because they're looking to speculate or anything else. They're going to gold because they know gold is money and it'll hold value, and it doesn't have to be tied to what the politicians are doing because they're destroying our world, and so are the banks. And gold is separate from all that. It's like the ultimate safety hedge.
Well, you know, we told people buy gold when it was 300, when it was 500, when it was 1,000. And Ted bought a bunch of gold and silver in the last month when it was a lot less. He can still pass on the savings of the lower prices of gold and silver. It's like you have a time machine and can go back in time and get a better deal on gold and silver. I hope people take advantage of it. And then we're going to get into phone calls and talk about pension funds and where Bob sees this global economic meltdown going. But Ted Anderson, tell people about the Midas Resources gold and silver offer of today.
The offer of today is Frank's at $254.68, which is the same price I offered for them yesterday. Now, gold's run up $15 since I made that offer since yesterday, so you can kind of get an idea where that's going. Because this is a fifth of an ounce of gold, you have a $15 increase. You can do the math. This coin has gone up in price on the wholesale market. When I run out of inventory, it'll be up on my retail prices as well. But right now, if you buy just one coin, you can get Bob's International Forecaster, and I don't know if I can give you anything more valuable than that, because right now, information is the key. People are sitting here scratching their head wondering what to do. Well, I can tell you, when the whole world is running away from the United States dollar and the euro and all the different currencies across the globe, and they're going to gold, you better pay attention, because there's problems out there. The problems are bigger than we can solve, and we're going to have big drops in the value of our currency.
Well,
here.
Ted, absolutely. Quantify that fifth of an ounce European franc free year digital or hard copy International Forecaster deal. Quantify that for people.
Well, I mean, let's just take a look at it. I mean, at $254 an ounce, I mean, by the time you do the math, you're paying about $500 an ounce for gold, because you're getting a free subscription, which is worth $159, in my opinion, steeply discounted at that price. Should be closer to $800 for a year, but that's just the market for newsletters. I'm just telling you right now, that coin is due to rise from $254 to about $266 a piece, just because of what gold has done today. When you top that off with a $159 subscription, I don't know how I can make that better for you. Plus, also, Alex, silver ran up $1 since yesterday, and right now we have the same silver Walking Liberty halves at $9.75. Another great buy if you're looking for junk silver, or you want eagles or maple leafs. I mean, I don't care what it is that you want in gold and silver at this point in time. My suggestion is that you get moving, and you get moving now. Don't wait till later, because here we are sitting in the summer. The fall is always the best time of the year for gold and silver. People are more concerned about vacations than they are about their economic condition. And for some reason, the fall has always been hot for gold and silver, and here we're seeing it in the summer. We had this happen. Remember back when Bush was leaving office and Paulson was saying that we had to bail out the world, and we're looking at martial law if they don't do it? I mean, at that point in time, we had a hot summer for gold. The fall was almost twice as hot. And here we're sitting in the same position. At that time, precious metals dealers were putting limits on what people could buy.
Absolutely, folks. And again, you've got to tell them it's the Alex Jones special to take advantage of this. This is a wonderful deal. I think people should get involved in it. I mean, I certainly believe in it. This is what I personally have done. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. You can get that deal by calling only. 800-686-2237 and tell them it's the Alex Jones special to get the price of gold it was weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and to have all of those savings passed on. I mean, and if you don't tell them Alex Jones sent you, the current prices Ted has got is very, very competitive, but he does this special for my radio audience. Here's the number, 800-686-2237. Get a few gold coins. Get a bag of silver coins. Start physically holding it. I believe you're going to catch the gold and silver bug, and that's why Ted's offering this great deal once you actually hold these in your hand. And we love our listeners being in a great position. It's a win-win-win, symbiotic relationship. Great deal. 800-686-2237. They're standing by. Ted Anderson, thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me up, Bill.
All right. Your phone calls and questions for Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster straight ahead.